What's going on, everyone? In today's video, we're answering a question that the community has been asking for weeks now, and that is, Tim, what is your price prediction for ONDO at the top of the bull market in 2025? So if you have been asking that question, if you're excited about the answer, strap on in, get ready. You're going to love this one. Let's go ahead and roll the intro. All right, here we go. Make sure, like always, if you enjoy the video, you got to smash the like button and you got to hit subscribe so you don't miss a single piece of content that comes out. We have made a lot of these price prediction videos. We have daily live streams that keep you up to date with everything you need to know in the crypto world. But also, I want to make sure to bring your attention to sponsor of this video. Special shout out and thank you to Archelaus, but also for your sake. If you want to protect the gains that you're about to make in crypto, you got to have a cold wallet. I know a lot of you are tempted to just leave money on exchanges, but let me tell you right now, horror stories happen. I have witnessed people losing millions of dollars because they do not protect their crypto in their own personal cold wallet. Archelaus is the number one. It's the easiest, it's the fastest, most reliable cold wallet on the market. And when you use the link in the description down below, BROZ10, you will get 10% off your purchase today. Thank you and shout out to Archelaus for continuing to sponsor and partner with the Investing Bros. Now, before we get into the four assumptions, anyone who's new here, I always, with these price prediction videos, I give four assumptions. You can agree with them or you can disagree with them. But these are the four assumptions that if everything works out the way I think that it will, we will have a reliable price prediction at the end of the video. But for this one, because ONDO is a newer coin, I do think we need to start off by just giving maybe newer investors here a quick rundown on what even ONDO is. So before we get into the four assumptions, let's talk about ONDO. This is an article over here on CoinX. Ultimately, this yellow highlighted area is what I think will help you out the most. ONDO Finance is a securities tokenization project that combines real world assets, RWA, with blockchain technology. Its main goal is to make high quality financial products and services available to everyone, not just the big institutions. Now, why is that important? Well, first of all, everybody, in case you're newer to crypto, there's these different things that'll flash and they'll beam, and different bull markets maybe promote different ideas of projects. Real world assets, real world tokenization, I do believe will be fighting with AI to be the number one movement in this crypto bull market. So anything that deals with RWAs, real world assets, and real world tokenization, I think already has a leg up on the rest of the rest of the space. And the fact that it's for institutions and retail investors is bullish. But I'm going to give you one more word as to why you should be bullish on ONDO, whether you agree with my price prediction or not. There's one word that I'm going to use that should make you bullish on ONDO going forward. That word is BlackRock. BlackRock loves ONDO. BlackRock is backing ONDO. BlackRock rarely says or talks about crypto projects other than Bitcoin and Ethereum, but ONDO is one of the few they talk about. This has me uber bullish on ONDO moving forward, and it should have you as well. If you disagree with that sentence, though, if you think that that's not a reason to be bullish, let me know in the comments down below. But with that said, it's time to get into my four assumptions. I got my notepad right here. I always have my notes handy for these types of videos. If you guys are enjoying so far, smash that like button. Assumption number one. I have the same assumption for every price prediction, but you got to start off with this one. My assumption is that crypto as a whole, include all of them together, the total crypto market cap for 2025, the top of the bull market, will be sitting somewhere close to $11 trillion. I'm not going to get into the bolts and crannies on that one. I've explained it in other videos, but that's my first assumption. You can agree or disagree. Comment down below. Let me know. Do you agree with 11 trillion? Is that too high? Should we be a little lower? Is that too low? Should we be closer to 20 trillion? I've heard a lot of different predictions. I think 11 trillion is realistic. I think it's conservative. I like it. So I'm going to stick with that's my assumption number one. So moving forward, we're assuming that crypto as a whole will reach an $11 trillion market cap. All right. Number two, this is where we start to get very fun with it. On CoinMarketCap, ONDO will reach number 15 15. Let me go ahead and share my screen here again. Let's go take a look at CoinMarketCap. This is the ranking system over here. I don't think anything's going to move Bitcoin or Ethereum. I think it's when you get below those two, you're going to see a lot of movement down here. But I'm going to make a bold statement here that I predict that ONDO is going to get to somewhere around number 15, maybe number 16, 15, 14. I've heard some people make an argument for it potentially to break into the top 10, but I like the concept of number 15. I think that's realistic. This is probably where I will see the biggest disagreement. I'm curious what you guys think. I've polled a lot of people I heavily respect, and ultimately my personal views and those of other people around me all seem to kind of find an area somewhere around number 15. So that's what I'm gonna predict. My thoughts is that ONDO gets right there. Now, what's curious about this one is ONDO's not even anywhere close. We got to scroll all the way down today at the time of making this video down to number 60 to find ONDO. So this would be a pretty massive jump. But again, I'll use one word for you: BlackRock. That's why I think it's doable. Let's click on ONDO and let's talk about assumption number 3. Now, I told you guys that I think that we're going to be number 15 on CoinMarketCap. What that means, historically, the number 15 coin will usually have a dominance of about 0.5 to 0.6%. Again, if we go back to assumption number 1, $11 trillion, 0.5 to 0.6% gets us into our prediction for where the market cap will be. Currently, this market cap is sitting at $1.6 billion. Not bad. That's not a bad market cap whatsoever. But if I'm right and we get to number 15 and we get somewhere between that 0.5 to 0.6% dominance, that would give us a range for this number right here, this market cap, to get all the way up between 55 billion. That's 55B. 55 billion and 66 billion. Come at me in the comments now. I know a lot of people are going to come at me there. People have these preconceived notions of where market cap will be, but so far, if you're tracking with my other predictions, if you agree about 11 trillion and you agree about a potential number 15 ranking, then that would mean mathematically and historically, you probably should also agree that the dominance will take us to a market cap somewhere between 55 billion to 66 billion. Now, I'm going to be conservative here. Let's just lean closer towards 55. I'll give you a price prediction later for what it would look like if we got higher than that to 66, but let's just pretend it's going to be 55. From the market cap alone, massive jump. I mean, we're talking a 10x would simply get us to 16 billion. We're going a lot higher. That's the problem, though, is you're not just going to look at the market cap and say, hey, the market cap potentially could do upwards of a 50x, 60x, something like that. But we got to find out what the coin is going to cost, because ultimately this number right here, $1.18 at the time of making this video, this comes from the market cap divided by the circulating supply. So this moves us into assumption number 4. The last one that'll give us the equation: where will this supply be? If this supply stayed where it currently is, around 1.3 billion, and then this number right here went all the way up to 55 billion, all right, yeah, we're talking about massive gains. We're talking about almost 50x. Let's just say it 40x in the cards for ONDO. We're looking probably somewhere around a $45, $50 ONDO. Astronomical. I'm going to tell you guys that's not how I think this is going to happen. The move is to assumption number 4. Where will supply be? Now, you're going to see something here. This is circulating supply. Right here, we have a total supply. And I want to give a shout out to one of the members of our community, Dave Digital. If you watch the live show, you'll see his name is in there. He's one of our moderators. Shout out to him. I told him I would give him $100 if he did this research, and he did. And he gave me some fantastic information about the tokenomics of ONDO. And what he told me was, obviously, right now, we only have just under a 14% of the tokens circulating in supply. And if you read their white paper and you look at what they're doing, they have a roadmap for what this looks like moving forward. And roughly, it's something around with the 8.6 or 7 billion that's left that's not in circulating supply. They're releasing roughly, I think the numbers he has here, about 1.275 billion. That's 1.275 billion tokens every year. They don't just one date drop it like that. They sprinkle it, but ultimately that's what we're kind of looking at here. And so if you the way this kind of works out, the way the roadmap talks about it, at the end of 2025, like if we were talking about December 31st of 2025, the market cap, or sorry, the supply really probably should be just under 4 billion. But because we're talking about the top of a market, probably closer to September or October, let's be a little conservative, and we're going to guesstimate 3.5 billion supply. All right. So this number right here will go from 1.3 to 3.5 billion. It will more than double. Not quite triple, but it's, getting closer to triple than maybe the double. That's a big deal. That increasing the supply is a big deal. This number is going to go crazy. Again, we're going to predict somewhere between 55 to 56 billion dollars in market cap, but we're also going to predict a big jump in supply. What does this do to the price? Well, you guys let me know in the comments. What do you guys agree? Do you think, am I off there with the tokenomics? Let me know down below. Ultimately, this would give us a price prediction. If we were to see the $55 billion option, that would give us a price of roughly 1571. I usually have these drawn, but I didn't have it for this one. Let's just get close to it. We don't have to have exact science. We'll go 1567. That's good enough. 1567. If we hit a $55 billion market cap, the lower end of what we're predicting, you divide that market cap by that 3.5 billion tokens, that would give us a $1567 price action for ONDO. And if you were to buy right now, again, at the time of making the video, $1.18, we are talking about a 13x. That's actually really good, especially with the fact, guys, that the supply is going to more than double in the next between now and the end of this bull market. You should not be shaking your head at a 12x for ONDO. That is very, very impressive. For anyone who saw this early, maybe you saw this way back here in March of 2024, you're looking at about a 35x if you continue to hold. Anyone who maybe saw this really early back in February and you were buying down here around 20 cents, you're going to be sitting here over 77x. So just because we're only 13xing, give or take, from where we currently are, doesn't take away from how astronomical ONDO can get during the cycle in a very early season in existence. Again, it just got created here in January. And the fact that we could go from, again, we're talking about cents, 17 cents just a mere couple of months ago, here within less than 2 years of time action, we could see it get up above $15. That would be amazing. Well, what's the other option? I told you guys that's probably the one I'm realistically looking at, around $15. But let's say that I am a little too bearish on this one, and we do potentially see it get to 66 billion. Well, now all of a sudden we're talking about a price prediction of 1885, give or take. So again, I'm not going to put it right on the dot, but let's just get close. 1887, good enough for government work. This, if you were to buy right now on ONDO, you're going to see returns of about 15x, 16x almost coming into the equation. Again, if you were an early buyer, that's just an astronomical number. But realistically, guys, that should be the zone that we are looking at when we're talking about September, October of 2025, the perceived 4-year cycle top to the crypto markets, somewhere between 1560 to 1571 to 1880. That is our price prediction target for ONDO. Do you guys agree or do you disagree? Did that make sense? If so, you got to smash that like button and make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Let me know in the comments down below what you agree with, disagree with. Also, let me know what coins and projects you want to see other price predictions on. But with that said, that's all I have for you guys in this video. Shout out to Arclist. Again, BROZ 10. Go get yourself 10% off of that Arclist wallet. The rest of you guys will see you later.